why older adults often wake up at 3 a.m., and what it really means for your health and sleep. We bring you practical advice and essential tips to help older adults live a fulfilling and happy life. Alongside that, we share insightful stories and inspirational quotes from famous individuals and influential authors. Each story is carefully researched and thoughtfully analyzed to provide meaningful, profound insights that can help improve your life. If you've ever wondered why you, or your elderly loved ones, often wake up around 3 a.m., this article will offer scientific explanations and insights to help you better understand the biological changes that come with aging. Join us on this journey to rediscover timeless wisdom and apply it to modern life for better health, inner peace, and a more fulfilling existence every day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more life-changing insights. How biological rhythms change with age and the role of hormones in sleep. The human body operates based on an internal biological clock known as the circadian rhythm. This rhythm regulates the sleep-wake cycle and is influenced by light exposure, physical activity, diet, and especially age. When we are young, the circadian rhythm is more stable and tends to favor evening activity, meaning young people can stay up late and still feel alert the next morning. However, as we age, the circadian rhythm shifts in the opposite direction, causing older adults to feel sleepy earlier in the evening and wake up earlier in the morning. One of the main reasons why older adults wake up around 3 a.m. is due to a decrease in melatonin production, a hormone that helps regulate sleep. Melatonin is produced by the pineal gland in the brain and typically increases in the evening to promote sleepiness. Over time, the body's ability to naturally produce melatonin diminishes, leading to fragmented sleep, early awakenings, and difficulty returning to deep sleep. Alongside melatonin, the hormone cortisol, known as the stress hormone, also plays a significant role. In the morning, cortisol levels naturally rise to help the body wake up and start the day. However, in older adults, this rise may occur earlier than usual, contributing to early morning awakenings around 3 a.m. Interrupted sleep. Not a disorder, but a natural sign. Waking up in the middle of the night, especially between 2 and 4 a.m., is often mistaken for a sleep disorder or health issue. However, according to many studies, this may actually reflect a natural sleep pattern known as biphasic sleep, which was common in past centuries. Historically, humans often slept in 2 segments, with a short period of wakefulness in between for relaxation, prayer, reading, or quiet conversation. After this interval, people would return to sleep until morning. So when older adults wake up around 3 a.m., it's not necessarily a sign of something wrong. It could be the return of an ancient biological rhythm. What differs today is that middle-of-the-night awakenings are often accompanied by anxiety, racing thoughts, or difficulty falling back asleep, causing fatigue during the day. This can stem from psychological pressure, unaddressed emotional health issues, or an unsuitable sleep environment. The role of psychology and emotion in senior sleep. Another important factor is emotional health. As people enter old age, they tend to reflect more on life, past experiences, and the uncertainty of the future. Concerns about declining health, the loss of loved ones, loneliness, or a lack of purpose in society can quietly seep into the mind, making it harder to stay asleep. These emotional burdens are often not shared or acknowledged, as many seniors tend to keep their feelings to themselves. However, these hidden emotions significantly affect sleep quality, leading to restless, shallow sleep with little restoration. How diet and daily activity affect nighttime sleep. Nutrition and physical activity are foundational to maintaining quality sleep in old age. Eating dinner too late, consuming hard-to-digest foods, or using caffeine or alcohol before bed are common causes of sleep disruption. Older adults digest more slowly, so heavy meals in the evening can significantly interfere with sleep. In contrast, a balanced diet with foods rich in tryptophan, an amino acid that helps produce serotonin and melatonin, can improve sleep quality. Foods like bananas, oats, walnuts, warm milk, and salmon are great options that help the body relax and fall asleep more easily. In addition, engaging in light physical activities during the day such as walking, practicing tai chi, yoga, or gardening improves blood circulation, enhances mood, and supports better sleep at night. However, vigorous exercise in the evening should be avoided as it may overstimulate the nervous system and make it harder to sleep. Blue light from electronic devices and its surprising impact on seniors' sleep. In modern society, artificial light, especially blue light emitted from electronic devices such as smartphones, televisions, and tablets, has significantly disrupted the body's natural circadian rhythms. While older adults may not use technology as frequently as younger generations, habits like watching TV late into the night, scrolling through phones before bed, or sleeping with bright lights on are quite common. Blue light has a short wavelength and high energy, causing the brain to misinterpret it as daylight. When exposed to this light in the evening, the body reduces its production of melatonin, a crucial hormone for deep sleep. This is why many people, even after turning off the lights, still feel wide awake, restless, or tend to wake up around 3 a.m. A simple yet effective solution is to reduce blue light exposure at least 1 hour before bed. Instead of watching TV or scrolling through your phone, consider reading a light paperback book, listening to relaxing music, or practicing meditation. Using warm, yellow-toned night lights also helps ease the body into a more restful state. Hidden health conditions silently disrupting sleep. It's undeniable that as we age, our bodies become more prone to chronic conditions such as diabetes, high blood pressure, joint pain, enlarged prostate, and sleep apnea. These are all underlying factors that silently affect sleep quality, often without the person realizing it. An older adult who frequently wakes up in the middle of the night may be experiencing nocturia, frequent nighttime urination, caused by bladder or prostate issues. Joint pain, especially at night, can also interrupt sleep. Episodes of breathing pauses while sleeping, which often go unnoticed, might indicate sleep apnea, a serious condition that requires medical intervention. That's why if waking up at 3 a.m. becomes a regular occurrence, accompanied by daytime fatigue, it's important to consult a doctor for a full health checkup. Understanding the root causes within the body empowers older adults to take control of their well-being and improve their quality of life. The importance of a healthy and consistent sleep routine. Sleep is not only a biological function but also heavily influenced by daily habits. One of the key factors in addressing nighttime awakenings is to establish a consistent routine, where bedtime and wake-up time remain stable, even on weekends. A good sleep habit begins with creating a quiet, cool, and dimly lit sleeping environment. Keeping a TV in the bedroom, placing your phone next to your bed, or using overly bright night lights are all disruptions to restful sleep. On the other hand, listening to calming sounds like flowing water, meditation music, or white noise can help the body deeply relax, reduce stress, and fall asleep more easily. Equally important is avoiding excessive daytime naps. Seniors often have the habit of napping multiple times during the day, which can shorten and disrupt nighttime sleep. Keeping busy with meaningful activities, social connections, gardening, or attending community classes can help reduce daytime drowsiness and enhance nighttime rest. A different perspective. Waking up at 3 a.m. isn't entirely negative. Rather than panicking or becoming anxious when waking up at 3 a.m., older adults should learn to observe their bodies and accept it with calmness. Instead of tossing and turning, try getting out of bed gently, sipping some warm water, meditating for a few minutes, or doing simple deep breathing exercises to soothe the nervous system. Many people find that after practicing these methods, they can return to sleep more easily without relying on sleeping pills. These moments of nighttime wakefulness can actually be an opportunity to turn inward, listen to oneself, and reflect on life. Waking up in the middle of the night isn't always a negative sign. Sometimes it's the body's natural rhythm trying to communicate, a gentle reminder that it's time for more self-care, better rest, and deeper self-love. Finding inner peace in every breath. When one accepts that the body is changing with time, the fear of waking up at 3 a.m. begins to fade. Instead, we learn to befriend sleep, to understand that waking in the night may simply be part of the natural aging journey. Just like ocean waves rising and falling, sleep has its deep moments, its light ones, and occasional interruptions, and that's completely normal. Inner peace comes when we stop resisting the body's natural changes and begin to cherish the small things. A deep breath, a short nap, or an early peaceful morning. From there, each day becomes more meaningful, Not because we slept a perfect 8 hours, but because we listened to our body, understood it, and lived in harmony with it. The journey to self-understanding begins with sleepless nights. It's no coincidence that many older adults find their most profound reflections come during sleepless nights. In that stillness, when the world seems to be asleep, the mind is given space to speak. Unspoken thoughts, suppressed emotions, and distant memories often come rushing back with each slow breath. Rather than trying to push them away, many begin to embrace these moments as a natural part of growing older. It is in those sleepless nights that they learn to forgive others and, more importantly, themselves. They begin to gently release the past, no longer clinging to things that cannot be changed. And because of this, sleep returns to them more naturally, more deeply, as a reward for the inner peace they've nurtured. Waking earlier to live more deeply. There is a meaningful perspective that waking at 3 a.m. is not necessarily insomnia, but rather the body's way of sending a message. You can begin your day earlier, more quietly, and with deeper purpose. When everything around is still, it's a perfect time to practice spiritual and mindful rituals. Many people share that they use that time to meditate, read, write in a journal, or simply gaze at the night sky, listen to the wind, and appreciate each passing moment. With no pressure of time and no background noise from daily life, this becomes a precious space for reconnecting with oneself. The hours from 3 to 5 a.m. are even considered the golden hours by many traditional health philosophies, a time for bodily cleansing, spiritual clarity, and the awakening of new energy. When older adults learn to live more slowly during these early hours, they not only sleep better, but also feel more refreshed and lighter throughout the day ahead. The balance between acceptance and improvement. One of the great gifts of aging is the clarity to recognize that nothing is perfect, not even sleep. But that doesn't mean surrendering to it passively. Instead, it's about listening to the body, recognizing unusual signals, adjusting diet and routine, and seeking medical support when needed. Finding the balance between acceptance and improvement is an art of living that not everyone learns early. But once this understanding is reached, older adults no longer feel anxious when they wake up in the middle of the night. They realize they are still in the process of living, evolving, and growing even as the years go by. Being awake at night becomes a moment of connection with oneself, not a burden. And that, more than long hours of sleep, is the foundation for a healthy and peaceful life from within. The role of emotions and mental relaxation before sleep. Beyond biological and environmental factors, emotions play a critical role in shaping the sleep quality of older adults. When the mind is preoccupied, anxious, or hasn't fully let go of the day's thoughts, sleep is often disrupted. Unresolved emotions like regret, loneliness, or longing tend to quietly emerge during the calmest hours of the night. Therefore, tending to emotional well-being before sleep is incredibly important. A warm cup of herbal tea, a few lines in a gratitude journal, or even a gentle conversation with a loved one can help soothe the soul. When the heart feels lighter, sleep will naturally follow. In addition, habits such as listening to meditation music, doing light yoga, or practicing progressive muscle relaxation have been scientifically proven to improve sleep quality. It doesn't need to be complicated. Simply paying close attention to how your body feels and giving your mind a break from endless thoughts can make even a short nap deeply restorative. The sign of a fulfilling life doesn't lie in how long you sleep, but in how you wake up. Many older adults often feel worried or uneasy when they realize they're waking up too early. But what truly matters isn't when you wake up, but how you feel when you do. If you rise with a sense of peace, clarity, and calm, then waking up at 3 a.m. is nothing to fear. On the other hand, if each awakening is accompanied by anxiety, pressure, or lingering loneliness, that's what truly deserves attention. Quality sleep not only restores physical energy but also renews the mind. However, if a person can find peace in each waking moment, then even interrupted sleep won't leave them feeling drained. This is proof that mental well-being plays a vital role, especially in the journey toward peace in old age. There's no fixed model for perfect sleep. In truth, everyone has their own biological clock. As we age, changes in sleep patterns are almost inevitable. But instead of rigidly following a formula, like needing exactly 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. Being flexible and listening to your body is a more sustainable approach. Some people feel healthy and alert with only 5 to 6 hours of sleep a night. Others need short naps during the day to compensate. There's no universal standard. What truly matters is how you feel after sleep, refreshed or fatigued, rested or still tense. The answers your body gives are the best guidance. And this is something many older adults learn over time: to trust their intuition, understand their unique needs, and not chase after someone else's routine. The stillness of night. A golden opportunity to care for your inner self. Younger people often fear silence, but for the elderly, it's a priceless gift. When night falls and the noise of the outside world fades, that's when your inner voice speaks the loudest. Thoughts you thought long forgotten return, not to haunt but to offer moments of reflection. Waking up at 3 a.m. can become a sacred moment, a time to return to your inner world, practice gratitude, send loving thoughts to yourself and those dear to you. In that silence, the heart begins to heal, the soul is replenished, and the energy of life is quietly reignited. When you embrace your own rhythm, life becomes simpler. Not everyone can reset their biological clock at will, but everyone can choose how they respond to changes within their body. When you stop blaming yourself for not sleeping the way you used to, or comparing yourself to others, the pressure begins to fade. Waking in the middle of the night, whether from age, habit, or emotion, no longer feels frightening. Instead, it becomes a part of who you are, a truth you can learn to love, care for, and live in harmony with. Life in old age, when seen through the lens of compassion, becomes more beautiful each day. And when you begin to love even the sleepless nights, even the quiet moments in the dark, that is when you are truly living in the present, fully and meaningfully. Slow down and experience sleep as a miracle. Each time you close your eyes is a chance to rest, to love yourself, and to be renewed. Sleep, at its core, isn't just a biological process. It's a miracle gifted by life itself. When you enter sleep with a light heart, filled with gratitude and without resistance, even the shortest nights can become a powerful remedy. Old age is not the end of beautiful dreams. On the contrary, it's when you finally have the time and wisdom to recognize what truly matters. A deep sleep, a quiet morning, a day without haste. These are simple but precious blessings. If you can smile after waking at 3 a.m., if you can welcome the dawn with peace in your heart, then you are living a life not only of longevity, but of completeness in every single moment.